Hello,
Good
everybody.
morning, everybody.
Welcome to all our new subscribers
And our old subscribers, too. We don't want to forget about them.
Oh, yes.
Welcome to everybody.
And all of our friends and everybody.
And even welcoming those Jehovah's Witnesses that are listening.
Who are starting to question things.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's interesting is while he was gone on his trip, I posted a link and an update to a talk. I've had a little bit of more information. Now, according to a Jehovah Witness forum, that talk clip that was taken out of context, yes, that's how they put it on their website. It is by a brother named Ellwood Johnson. And according to the JW site, he was actually a district overseer when he gave this talk. And they said it was around 2004, 2005, something like that. So for those of you that have asked, yes, it is an actual talk.
Oh, yeah.
We have the entire talk.
What a piece of cult work. My goodness.
So when Mike came home and we're sitting here listening to the rest of the talk, oh, yeah.
Oh, this is just too much. It's just too much. The things this guy says in his talk is unbelievable.
Yeah. Now, the name of the talk is Fight the Fine Fight of Faith. And the other clips, we've got some more clips here that we want to mock and, yeah.
Well, no. We're not going to mock. We're going to rebuke.
We're rebuking this.
Absolutely. We're rebuking it.
And we're rebelling against the glorious ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's coming. Now you made me forget what I was going to say.
Well, why don't we just play the first clip and get to rebuking?
Yeah.
Wait. Is this going to be the first clip that we've got set up? The one on Michael not rebuke? Okay.
Yeah.
Before we get to the first clip, let me...
Okay, now, if you listen to the entire talk, this starts at about the timestamp of 53 minutes.
So we're actually bouncing back and forth a little bit?
A little bit.
All right. Well, I've got the Webster's Encyclopedia Dictionary, just so that we're all clear on this word rebuke. Because, he does refer to Jude 9, where Michael the Archangel did not dare, say anything against, the glorious one, Satan. He said, but may Jehovah rebuke you. So I'm going to read what rebuke is. Rebuke is past part rebuked, to tell someone severely that his conduct or action is wrong or unsatisfactory. A rebuking for being rebuked, or the words uttered or written. So basically, rebuke somebody is just basically a form of language that's strong in nature to help somebody correct his course of action. So let's listen to what he has to say, and then we'll come back and I'm gonna show a scripture here.
And disregarding lordship, and speaking abusively of the glorious ones. But when Michael the archangel had a difference with the devil and was disputing about Moses' body, he did not dare bring a judgment against him in abusive terms, but said, may Jehovah rebuke you. And yet these men are speaking abusively of all the things they really do not know. But all the things that they do understand naturally, like the unreasoning animals, in these things they go on corrupting themselves.
Okay, I gotta interrupt this knucklehead right here about this comment from Jude 9. Watchtower uses this verse as if it's an actual historical fact. So I'm going to correct him. I'm going to rebuke him right here.
You're going to rebuke a glorious one?
I'm going to rebuke a glorious one. Yes, I am, and I have no problem doing that. What Jude is doing here is he's actually quoting from what the archaeological world or the
real scholars
call an apocrypha. these are not really inspired books of God. This isn't the first time that a Bible writer has done this. Paul done it on 3 other occasions. Peter refers to the book of Enoch, which is also a book that dates around to the same time period. But the book that...
I was just going to say, we did a video about this, I think last week or the week before.
But, we did. I forget that. I was just going to give them the name of that, but I forgot what the name of it was. But anyhow, the book that Jude is quoting from is called The Assumption of Moses, or The Testament of Moses, and it's approximately from the 1st century A.D. So, let me just read a comment here. It says, such usage... Now, the comment here in the Archaeological Bible mentions the 3 occasions where the Apostle Paul quotes from an Apocrypha. It's Acts 17:28. He quotes also in 1 Corinthians 15:33, and also at Titus 1:12. The further notation here says, such usage in no way suggests that the quotations from the books, of the books from which they were taken, are divinely inspired. It only means that the Bible author found the quotations to be helpful confirmation, clarification, or an illustration. So, if it's wrong for a angel, or aka Jesus, being Michael the Archangel, if it's wrong for God's Son to rebuke Satan the devil, then why did Jesus give us this command at Luke 17, verse 3? But I'm going to read verse 1, 2, and 3. Jesus said to his disciples, things that cause people to sin are bound to come, but woe to the person through whom they come. It would be better for him to be thrown into the sea with a millstone tied around his neck than for him to cause one of these little ones to sin. Watch yourselves. If your brother sins, rebuke him. And if he repents, forgive him. I find it interesting that you've got the Son of God not daring to throw a rebuke against Satan.
In Watchtower speak.
Yeah, but yet when he's being tempted by Satan, did he not correct him by properly showing Satan what the scripture said? When Peter was telling the Lord, oh, be kind to yourself, these things are not going to happen. And what does he say? He doesn't say, get behind me, Peter. He says, get behind me, Satan. Was he not rebuking Satan? But here's the clincher as far as I'm concerned. If Jesus does not have the authority to rebuke Satan, as the assumption of Moses leads us to believe, then what is Genesis 3:15 all about? When God gave that first prophecy showing that Jesus would bruise Satan in the head. Wait a minute, you're telling me that the Son of God has got the power to kill Satan? But oh my goodness, he sure as hell can't rebuke him. Do you see, Jehovah's Witnesses, how easy it is when you begin to realize that Michael the Archangel is not Jesus Christ? Now, Michael the Archangel, out of respect for Satan's former position, would have said those words, may the Lord rebuke you. But Christ obviously had the authority to do whatever he wanted with Satan from their very first inspired prophecy.
And right in the 1969 edition kit that we have, the Kingdom Interlinear Translation, the word for word Greek says, may the Lord rebuke you.
And it's capital L, capital L, small o, small r, small d. If you have a problem with that, go to Psalms 110:1 and define which Lord is God and which Lord is Jesus Christ. It's all in the way the word is spelled. Capital O, capital L, capital O-R-D is Jehovah in your word, but yet in the Greek it's capital L, small O-R-D.
Yeah.
So it's clearly wrong what this guy is doing. So I rebuke thee.
Yes. Now we're going to hear some more about talking against these glorious ones, and then I've got a few comments about this.
Is it possible for you and I to be caught up in this rebellious talk? Sometimes the brothers do get caught up. They don't understand that you really do have to. Here's what happens. They disfellowship my son. They ain't had no business disfellowshipping my son. I don't know why the elders disfellowship my child. My child done disfellowshipped. And so they're mad. I ain't putting no more money in that contribution box, and furthermore, I'm not coming to them meetings. So they start to rebel. And anyway, his wife ain't too swift herself, and she ain't got it all straight. And I saw her down at the corner down there. I saw her down there, but they start making up stuff. And then they start talking ugly against the elders, talking about what they don't know. And they weren't in the committee meeting. See, their son don't tell them this. Don't tell him this. All they do, he comes home and said, Mama, the elder, I tried to tell him I was sorry, Mama, but they disfellowshipped me. And she said, oh, poor son. But you see, she wasn't in the room when he sat down after the elders had to yank it out of him and drag him through and beat him and sock him in the head with a scriptural stick, as it were, pull his tongue out. And then he finally admitted that he took the money out of the house and bought 15 prostitutes with it, and that he had sex with 3 sisters across town somewhere and corrupted their morals, and that he encouraged another woman to abort a child. And he says, so what? So what? And then he comes home with his pitiful little self and tell his mama, them brothers just fellowship me in or what they was doing. I tried to tell him I was sorry. Well, he lied to God, he lied to the brothers, and so what keeps him from lying to his mama? And so the things that she don't know about and the parents don't know about, they start talking abusively and rage against the congregation. Rebellious talk.
Boy, this illustration makes Robbie look like a saint, doesn't it?
Yeah. Several things in this clip. It's like, wow, where do we even begin?
Yeah, where do you begin with this one?
First, he's trying to implant into his audience's mind that no matter what story you hear about something going on in the congregation, even child abuse,
it's always a lie.
Yeah, you don't know the full story. The elders do. Unbelievable. And, I know this for a fact, that if someone brings up, like the Jonathan McKendrick, in the Candace Conti case, some of the things I have heard witnesses actually say. I heard that there was even someone that went to the elders and blamed the Candace Conti case. The reason he had to start smoking pot again and start drinking again, and they couldn't disfellowship him because it's the apostates and Candace Conti's fault. It's like, wow. But can you really blame him? When you're hearing stuff like this?
Mm-hmm. But the problem is that even when I was a Jehovah's Witness, and you're going to recognize this, Jehovah's Witnesses, that the elders will tell you, oh, we don't disfellowship anybody. People disfellowship themselves. Really? Kim and I are living proof that that is a lie. Go to JW Struggle and get onto his channel. You'll find the story of what really happened to Kim and I. It's entitled How to Disfellowship Two People with Zero Proof. Watch that story. Listen to what happened to Kim and I.
Yeah. Or on that same channel, Eric did his apostasy trial, and you want part 3. That's where the trial actually starts. But that's why recording these elders meetings are so important and putting them on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because it's showing the world that what you hear from Jehovah's Witnesses
In a public talk like this.
is a lot different than what really goes on behind the meetings.
Exactly, behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes. Now, did you all catch what he said about getting this information out of her son in this elders meeting? Sock him in the head with a spiritual stick
Had
and
to beat
slap
a
him.
confession out of him.
Really? So they're admitting of how they treat people in these judicial meetings.
And did you also catch the reaction from the parents? They disfellowshipped my son, so I'm not putting any more money in the contribution box. Did you hear how everybody laughed?
Yeah,
They
they're
think
laughing.
it's a big freaking joke.
Yep, they're
They
laughing
think it's
again.
a joke.
Yep, they're
Yeah.
laughing again.
They think this whole thing is a joke. But see, that's cult speech.
Yep.
That's cult speech is exactly what that is. They equate people being angry at Watchtower with not putting any more money in the contribution box. So, in a very subliminal way, that could have the potential of working on somebody's psyche by saying, well, you know, even though I'm having problems with the elders, I still have to give to Watchtower.
Yeah.
See? It's cult speech.
Yeah.
So what other stuff can we rebuke out of this knucklehead
Well,
district overseer, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
The
my
JW
goodness.
site.
It seems the higher they get in rank, the more strong the stupidity gets from their mouth.
Yeah. Like I said, I actually spent an entire afternoon when I was looking for that clip that I had mentioned, you know, that was being passed all over the internet. And so I actually have at least 2 or 3 talks of his. And after listening to all of these,
Oh yeah,
I took a whole bunch of notes. And so we've got so much, you know, to cover with this guy that we've got enough material to last us.
So we want to just say goodbye for now, let everybody digest this, and come back later?
Yeah.
Why don't we just do that?
Yeah, because we definitely have some more clips from this talk.
Because I'm actually in the process of making a knife right now, so I really want to get back out to doing that too.
And it's almost 1 o'clock in the
Yeah, it's
afternoon,
lunchtime.
so it's lunchtime.
Yeah.
My stomach is sitting here growling, and we're sitting here eating mixed nuts to keep us
Yeah.
going. So,
we'll
love
see
you
you
all,
later.
and
Thanks for watching. And please visit us at watchtower.exposed.
yes.